There we go. I am continuing my playthrough of King's Quest VI. And I did find mint.
The peppermint leaves are the color of the little bottle contains some sort of potion and bears a label saying, "Drink me." That's rather full.
I'm going to try to give the shopkeeper the mint.
Alexander sees no.
Maybe I should try to trade in my thing too.
Good day, Prince Alexander.
Alexander decides to offer the old.
Can I offer you some? Yum!
Huh, interesting.
Alexander is carrying the lamp is empty. The candy dish.
Excuse me, peddler, but I have an
An old lamp.
Huh.
A fine choice, my son. Good day.
Good day.
No idea what the implications of that choice are going to be.
Drat.
Alexander rubs the new. Alexander has obtained a new lamp made of blue-colored glass. The spoiled egg has a slightly yellowed shell that bulges in spots from. Alexander is carrying a. The pawn shop's tinder. Alexander is carrying a book.
Oh, I can't get swamp ooze.
Good day.
Would you be interested in making...
I think not. I do not have much.
Alexander pulled. That part of the swamp is...
What do you think you're doing?
You startled me.
Well, you certainly won't get it. That's not swamp ooze. That's swamp...
He's right, you know. But he could be a little nicer about telling you. He's not a very pleasant...
Nobody asked.
Oh, the try...
Perhaps you could toss me some swamp ooze, since you seem to be able to recognize it. I can only...
Well, hoity-toity, look who's Mr. Wants So Much. You think I got a job here passing around precious...
He's an utter waste of oxygen.
But really...
Never! I got your swamp ooze right next to me, and that's where it's gonna stay.
The log itself...
Who are you?
I'm Bump on a Log, and that's my brother, Stick in the Mud. We've had this thing about each other ever since our childhood.
She did not!
He's a bit lazy, you see. He's got the only swamp ooze in the swamp right next to him. But do you think he'd move a finger to help you get some? Hardly. He'd try to brain you with it more than likely. His temper's about the only thing that ever gets a workout. And that on your...
Oh, like you've moved at all in the last...
Just because I can't reach anything, he thinks he can throw gushy swamp matter at me and just say whatever he likes. If only I could turn the tables on that heckler, he might learn some respect. But as you can see, I'm...
Oh, shut up! You couldn't hit the broadside of a barn!
You see how...
Is there anything I can do to make peace between...
He needs a good... However, since you cannot go into the swamp, nor can I fight back, he will simply...
Is there anything...
Oh, there's no changing my lot in life.
Is there any...
Oh, there...
Alexander isn't getting anywhere by talking...
Perhaps I can help you out by throwing a rock...
Really? Oh, I appreciate the gesture, but the swamp is broader than it looks. Only a
I thought this might come in handy the next time you're...
Aha! Finally, old Bump on the Log's not so defenseless, is he?
Hey, hey! What you doing now, Bumpy?
The only thing you've ever given...
No!
Hey, okay.
Well, I guess it's not very pleasant
You mean it?
Stick in the Mud and Bump on a Log, exhausted from the battle, immediately doze off. If Alexander tried to pick up the swamp... Alexander fills the... Alexander... The little bottle contains some sort of potion and bears a label saying, "Drink me." That's rather forward of it. A patch of vines of sweet... Unless Alexander is mistaken... Rotten Tomato seems to enjoy this smelly, mucky swamp. The cranky Stick and...
How are you finding...
Can't you see I'm snoozing?
There's no reason. Alexander,
Two dulcimers raised to the degree...
Oops, wrong book.
phew. Alexander feels
Good day.
Would you mind...
Of course.
Alexander.
I think I'd like...
Very good, Prince Alex. The painter's brush it is.
Thank you.
Alexander has not been. Alexander. A pair of red pants. Alexander. Alexander. Alexander exchanges the embers in his skull for more. Alexander cracks the spoiled egg. The spoiled egg hisses as
I'm blanking on the other ingredient. The hair.
the lady's hair ribbon is made of a long Alexander puts the strand of hair into this.
I'm just sort of guessing where I'm going to find the creature.
Alexander.
The big horse.
Alexander. Alexander arrives at the top of the... A mighty winged horse, the color of midnight. Alexander solemnly...
Creature of night, to me succumb. Fire and brimstone leave thee numb. Purity bind thee like a chain, to do whate'er I now ordain.
Nightmare flares her nostrils at the scent of the fire.
That's it. Come on, I need...
Unable to resist the power of the enchanted smell, Nightmare approaches Alexander. Her eyes appear glassy and sightless. In her hypnotized...
Now ride!
Nightmare deposits Alexander on a strange, cold... And some of the inhabitants don't look... The ghoulish, animated bodies of the undead roam the haunted land. Alexander searches for a way to reach the black... The ghoulish, animated... Uh-oh. One of the ones the touch of the putrid...
Oh yeah, I was afraid that would happen.
Tickets. Oh. Next.
Alexander's mother always told... Alexander...
Creature of night, to me succumb. Fire and brimstone leave thee numb. Purity bind thee like a chain, to do whate'er I now ordain.
Nightmare...
That's it.
Unable to resist the power...
Now ride!
Now we'll see how far I can get without dying.
Nightmare deposits Alex... And some of the inhabitants... Restless spirits are bound... These restless spirits are bound to the surface of These two spirits wander together.
Who are you, grieving spirit?
I am Queen Ilaria of the land of the Green Isles, and this beloved spirit is my husband. We were murdered in our beds by our trusted vizier, like a viper. Now my husband's soul is...
Then you are the ones I seek.
Our daughter!
I know that she is alive and safely back in her kingdom after being rescued from Mordak. But I'm afraid I have not personally seen her.
I am glad to hear of her return, but she will not be safe alone with that devil.
Cosima.
My poor husband will never rest while our murder goes unavenged.
I came to take you back with me. Your people are still loyal to you. They need to know about the Wazir. Cosima needs you to...
But this is the realm of the dead. The only one who might be able to return us all to the land of the living is the Lord of the Dead.
I might be able to convince him.
Then take this. It is my ticket to the underworld. There you... I cannot use the ticket as long as I'm chained here. And if we cannot be avenged,
Thank you. Perhaps it...
Be careful, young man. If you can ease my husband's torment and help our daughter,
I will do my best.
The ghoulish... The queen has already... Alexander is standing on the surface of the surface is haunted by the ghoulish... Alexander, the surface... The spirit of a woman hangs like a puff of smoke in the...
Why do you not rest?
rest?
Lost?
No. His spirit is stuck in the land of the living, probably looking for me.
Is there anything I...
Take this handkerchief. If you get back to the land of the living and find him, tell by this kiss, he'll be able to find his way to the realm of the dead.
I'll do my...
Thank you.
The skeleton to the left of the path hands something to the spirits that approach the
Take it. Next.
A group of large bones form an interesting arrangement to the right of the path. Alexander picks up the two bones on the...
Ah, yes.
The skeletons are overcome with the musical call.
I think I'm gonna need that key.
Alexander finishes his tune, and the skeletons resume their posts. Alexander picks... the two coins from...
Would you be willing to...
The skeleton must not like the looks of Alexander. He refuses to give him a ticket.
I have a ticket.
Oh,
Apparently, Alexander's not the only one. The knight is wearing one black gauntlet. There appears to be... Alexander takes the knight. Flesh may cross the portal and seek its master, death. Flesh may go where death is trod, and challenge, like Scheherazade, he who reigns beneath the sod, to spare a mortal's breath. Zounds! The knight's skeletal hand seems... The knight is wearing an old, tattered ribbon. The ribbon is so old. A knight's remains lie abandoned on the path. The knight, like Alexander, must have been alive when he entered the underworld, but for some reason he never reached his destination. The knight... Alexander doesn't... Alexander... Alexander slips off the path.
Ah, seriously?
As soon as the water...
Tickets. Oh. Next.
Hey, what a... An ebony mass of liquid... Alexander will have to get a little closer. Alexander scoops a little of the river Styx into the teacup. The spirits of the newly deceased make their final journey. Charon stands in his boat, eternal ferryman of the dead. Alexander can't quite...
I must see the Lord of the Dead.
Charon apparently has rules as strict as those of the skeletons at the underworld's entrance. The journeying spirits seem to be...
Will these coins...
Charon accepts the fare and waves Alexander. Alexander walks to...
Oh, come on.
Tickets. Oh. Next.
It must have been love at first. Alexander doesn't want to experiment with the organic. Alexander's...
Will the...
Charon... The large wooden... Alexander is standing on a path in front of a large gate. The path is surrounded by the chilly river. The wooden gate does not look particular. The large... Alexander searches for a way to reach the black-haired girl. Extending from the wall, the eerie river. Extending from the walls are outgrowths spouting flick. Alexander is Alexander is... The skeleton key. Alexander doesn't see. The wooden gate does not look... The large wooden... Alexander reaches suddenly.
What touch has awakened my sleep? I smell the blood of a mortal. Reach out thine hand again, fleshy.
Despite his fear, Alexander summons his brave...
I would pass, Gate.
My master and thine, human. I would be pleased to introduce thee.
No, thank you. I come to meet the...
And why should I let you pass, human, when
I have been told that there is a way for humans to enter Death's realm. There must be something I can...
I seem to recall something. A trick. Perhaps, a test. And if thou wouldst fail to answer Gate, his thirsty jaws...
Agreed.
Listen as though it meant thy life then, human, for it surely does. My first is foremost legally. My second circles outwardly. My third leads all in victory. My fourth twice ends a nominee. My whole is this gate's only key.
Love, love.
My first is foremost legally. My second circles outwardly. My third leads all in victory. My
The answer is love.
Rah! Thou traitor of the mortal plane! How didst thou guess?
Love cannot be banished, even from this place.
Enough! Burden me not with thy poetry.
The servants of the Lord of the Dead.
Excuse me, I'd like an audience.
The shrouded guards escort Alexander.
Why have you entered my domain? Still, if you are so anxious for death, you might have kissed my hand, and you will be...
I seek a boon,
Why should death...
I seek a...
Why...
I did not come here to die, but to demand my right of challenge. I respectfully challenge thee, Death, by throwing down... Man may pass the portal, and seek its master, Death. Man may pass where death has trod, and challenge like Scheherazade, he who reigns beneath the sod, to spare a mortal's breath.
He has the gauntlet!
Impossible!
He challenges death.
Who are you?
A man of flesh is all I...
And what is it that you seek with this challenge?
I seek the souls of King Califim and Queen Ilaria of the land of the Green Isles.
You would save 2 human souls and emerge alive from this realm yourself? That shall be it.
Either all 3 of us leave.
Very well. Then, yes, I have it now. Your challenge. For thousands of years, I have sat upon this throne. I have seen tragedies that ended empires, injustices that defy reason, love that would light the very stars turn cold and hard. I have seen torments that cannot possibly be borne, and yet must be. For centuries, this thing I have never done. I have never shed a tear. Make me cry.
Make death?
Sooner could he turn or fire.
Alexander is a... The scythe feels heavy. The Lord of the Dead is... Alexander's heard the expression bored to tears. The Lord of the Dead has probably smelled much worse things. Beast's mirror consists of a piece of glass set into a...
If your existence has been all that you say it has, then truth...
The mirror's surface swirls with darkness for a moment, then fills with images even blacker. Reflections of despair, of wailing souls, of shackles colder and more immutable than any forged by man, of a world of thirst. Alexander feels the mirror tremble in his grasp, and is glad that he cannot see its face. But the Lord of the Dead is transfixed to the mirror, to the screening of his things long forgotten are once more uncovered. His enslavement to this throne while still a man, the years of watching misery and horror and growing ever more numb to it, the seep of his own humanity, the slow growth of a new thing altogether which became that which he is now. His is an existence that has no possibility of redemption, no end. The surrounding spirits draw away in pain. The truth is so sharp.
Take it away. Make it.
The mirror of truth cracks from the strain, and death sheds a single gray tear.
Truth is indeed a terror. I have worn this mantle for so long, I had forgotten its dreadful weight. You shall take the souls and leave as I agreed. You have been granted to find the souls he has claimed. King Caliphim and Queen Alaria, I presume. You're here.
Thank you, my lord.
And you, man of flesh. My steed shall take the three of you back to the land. Until we meet again, then.
No offense, my lord, but I hope that will be many...
It is never as long as you might wish.
Yes, my lord.
That went pretty well.
Are you coming?
Al-Hazred's treachery must be handled carefully, Alexander. Alari and I must go gather our allies and form a plan. Watch over Casima. Make sure she comes to no harm. We will return as soon as we can to take back all that is...
I will keep her safe.
Thank you, son. Your love for our daughter must be deep indeed for you.
Indeed. May we succeed in what awaits.
Jeez, what do I do next?
The little bottle contains...
I don't actually remember collecting this bottle.
Alexander searches the bottle for a clue about the... Alexander already has a pretty good idea what that potion...
I assume it shrinks him down. The Alice in Wonderland reference.
Alexander is carrying a...
Excuse me.
Just a guess.
Good day.
Good day.
Drat. Hello. Now.
How fare you,
I have been reading too much love poetry.
While the book
How fare?
Business could be better.
Good day.
Haven't I?
No!
But I'm quite sure.
No!
Isle of the Beach.
No!
Dockside.
No!
not very friendly. The old man is plainly not going to reveal anything to Alexander, and he doesn't seem receptive to...
How fare you?
Thankfully, I fare better than my business. My shop is as silent as the...
How fare you?
I cannot complain. I hope you're...
How fare?
Thankfully, I fare better.
Alexander decides to offer the...
Can I offer you?
Yeah!
Not sure what the implications of that are. Seems like now a good time as any to do that, though.
Alexander dips the large and stirs the con...
I assume I
To
want
his
draw something
amazement,
here.
the jet-black color of the feathers slow... The teacup mixture blackens and thickens to a paint-like consistency. To paint something, Alexander must first choose a location where... Feeling artistically inspired, Alexander decides... Ah, a doorway. With trepidation, magic paint, black. The spell worked. Eager to be inside the cap and steps in. The magic paint door fades back into the wall. There's a strange door on the west wall. There doesn't appear... Alexander doesn't... 3 dungeon doors line... 3 dun... Alexander opens the...
Mother? Mother,
A spirit weeps.
What's the matter?
I'm lost. I don't know why she would just leave me here. Mother?
Is there...
The ghost can... A brown spider peers down at the man. Alexander couldn't.
You must be the son of the spirit I met in the realm of the dead.
It's Mama's. It even smells...
Wait. Before you...
I like to play in secret places. In the basement behind the Man of Steel is a door. Nobody except me knows it's there anymore. Farewell.
Alexander is standing in a dim... Alexander is standing in a dim, damp... Alexander opens... A plain cot is... The cot looks uncomfortable. Alexander... A plain cot. A shackle comprised of a thick iron chain. A suit of armor. The ceilings in the castle are vaulted and... Alexander will need to enter the north hallway. In the corner is a suit of armor of ancient design. Its right arm... Alexander examines the suit of armor. Remembering what the little boy ghost said, Alexander experiments with the suit of armor. A secret passage. Alexander hears the sound of... Alexander peers...
Captain, I've been hearing rumors from the guards who've been watching the princess. They say lately she's been pounding on her door, and ain't none of my business, sir, but news like that is upsetting the other dogs. Ain't no guard in the castle who would willingly keep the princess in...
Hasred claims that a foreign intruder is here to assassinate her. That's why she's got to be kept under... Call me an old dog that can't learn new tricks, but I say the princess should... Alhazred has been in charge for months, what with the king's death and Casima's mourning. Tonight, the wedding will seal it, and there's nothing we can do about it. Like him or not, he's our liege. Need I remind... Aye, we've an oath. For the sake of the princess, we'll not be forgetting it.
Speaking of the Wazir, what do you reckon he's keeping in that magical...
It's not a magic room. It's just the door he's enchanted somehow. I say he's still got the royal treasury in there, along with whatever else he's so eager to protect.
I heard him in the hall the other day. He was speaking of that door. Black magic is what I say. I heard him say, Ali, but then Bay came up and started yapping at me.
Enough! It is not our place to question the practices of our liege, no matter how strange. The wedding will be starting soon. Report to the throne room when you hear the music start.
Alexander takes another... Captain Saladin has left, and the other two guard dogs... Phew, that was a climb. Alexander peers through the chink. Alexander's palms begin to sweat and his heart to race.
Psst!
What?
It is I, Alexander.
My, how suave that...
Alexander? It really is you! Oh, I knew you were close by, but how did you get inside the castle wall?
It's a long story and not important now.
Oh, yes. It has brought me such comfort, Alexander, to know you were close by and had not forgotten. But you shouldn't be here.
I don't care about the danger. I would brave
What is it?
Al-Hazred.
Oh, please believe me when I say that I never agreed to marry that man. Even when my father trusted Abdul absolutely.
If you do not wish to marry him, Cassima, you shall not. I promise you. Only come with me now.
How? I cannot fit through this wall. Besides, do you think I could leave my kingdom, my people? But Abdul would tear the castle apart if I were to disappear from my room. You shall have to do what you can to delay his...
I can't just leave you.
Alexander, do not despair for me. I have been safe in this room for nearly 6 months now. Abdul can be in no hurry, whatever he plans. After I have been planning too, you see. I believe I can escape. If I can only get a chance to lay my hands on a weapon, there might be an opportunity in the hustle of...
But I...
Shh, just a moment more. Then you must go. Let us not waste time with words. Please.
Alexander looks with longing at the fair Cassima. She's even...
Here, take this dagger. It's not much.
Why, it's perfect. This is just the sort of thing I've been looking for. Thank you.
Although Alexander would gladly offer Cassima... Although Alex...
Oh no!
The lock on Cassima's...
Alexander, hurry!
Alexander hears scuffling and... Alexander looks through the chinks in the wall. Cassima is gone. Where could they have taken her?
A fine rescuer.
The old walls are dirty. The old wall... The old... Alexander hears... Alexander looks through...
Dear Shadrach, salutations from the Society of the Black Cloak, etc., etc. My long preparations are about to come to fruition. In a matter of minutes, I will wed the lovely... Once I've established my power and my... The princess has proven infuriatingly stubborn, as you know. In a way, it is a shame I have to kill her. She is lovely and would be amusing to keep around, but I can't risk her talking tree. Well, on to it now. I'd send her to you, but as you know, I had no luck in doing so with Mordak. I close in triumph. King Abdul Al-Hazred. I think it's about time to see if Shamir has taken care of the wench as I asked.
The Wazir's words fill Alexander with...
That blackguard! That murderous swine!
Alexander looks... The Wazir's study is now empty. There's a vague outline of what appears... Alexander sees the trunk is... Alexander inserts the skeleton key. Alexander opens. It looks like the owner of this trunk is quite the correspondent. The stack of a few worn leather books occupy the trunk. A book like that might have been a big help when Alexander first arrived. The trunk's owner obviously found it interesting. A small glass bottle filled with oily-looking... Alexander isn't interested. The books look interesting, but the castle... Alexander picks... The letter is addressed to Abdul al-Hazred from the wizard Shadrach. It greetings to a brother of the Black Cloak. I was sorry to hear of great Mordak's death, though he was a bit of a It seems the plans for that little kingdom of yours are coming along. I must congratulate you on your handling of the king and queen. It looks like there's not much left to stand in your way. Do as I recommended with the girl.
That thief!
There's a box of... Alexander opens the... Inside the ebony box is a piece of paper with the word Zebu printed on it. Alexander can read. A worn old brush is among the box. The brush is old and small. There's an old bottle of black. The bottle contains only a small amount of black ink. A worn old... Some old ivory... Finding Cosima is no... There's an old... A fire in a large, soft cushion has been strategically placed. There's nothing under the... A canopied bed. There doesn't seem to be anything on the bed. There doesn't seem to be... What? And burn? A fire in a small... A door. There's a... Alexander P. Two guard dogs are patrol... Two guard... Alexander... Alexander steps confidently out into the upstairs hallway and sees...
Hey, who the... Don't just stand there. I'll bet it's that saboteur fellow, the Wazir. No. Woof. The Wazir will run you through if he doesn't get a chance at the prisoner. Let's put him in the dungeon. Aye, Wolf, you're right. Let's go. You'll stay in here until we find out what the Wazir wants.
The guard dogs leave Alexander to... Alexander wonders...
Psst.
Jallo!
Never mind. Quick, before the god...
But how did you know?
This is no place to talk, Alexander. Just trust that I know everything that goes on in this castle. Now be...
Since the door on the west wall had...
Listen, door. I would have you open...
It worked. Decorative shields and... A gracefully curled... Alas, the trumpet won't bring these well... Alexander pulls the drape... Alexander hesitates to take the treasures on the... On the table is a coat of arms with...
Beast said that his...
On the table...
That fleece must belong to the winged ones.
On the table is a strange-looking...
That must be the Isle of Wonders singing...
On the table is a miniature oak tree. It looks very old.
That must be the sacred miniature oak that the Druids thought the winged...
As Alexander looks at the objects on the table, he realizes the depth of the Wazir's cunning. It must have...
What did the Wazir have to gain by causing the...
On the table, there's nothing of interest. Alexander decides to leave Beast's coat of arms here in the treasure room. Alexander sees... Those trunks probably contain the kingdom's treasure, once guarded so well and used... Alexander... Decorative sheep... Graceful urn... Alexander doesn't...
No idea if I'm doing this best or correct.
Alexander hears the guard go into a room off... There's a door on the east... There's a door at the top of the stair. The door has a doorknob. Alexander, there are two guard dogs talking. Two guard... There's a door. Alexander decides...
You found my room. Good. Now you'll be safe here for a little while. I couldn't risk asking in the hall, but what are you doing here? I mean, look...
I am well aware of that fact, Jallo. Confound it!
Really? Oh, my friend, I'm so happy for that. Thank heaven she hasn't lost her senses and actually fallen for that black...
She is unharmed, if that's what you mean. For the moment, at least. But I have a feeling she won't be fine at all if we can't stop the...
Stop the wedding? Oh, you'd never make it to the ceremony, Alexander. The guard dogs are everywhere, and they're very loyal to the... If we had proof of something truly afoul, the guard dogs might listen. As it is, they're your...
I understand. I've had no lack of enemies, and...
There's probably a good reason why so many wish to harm you. I believe the Wazir's genie has learned of your presence.
Tell me about...
Al-Hazred brought the genie with him when he came to this kingdom. It is seldom the genie will take human life himself. Usually he is more of a trickster. In fact, he is quite powerful. If, for example, we could get the genie's lamp...
Is that merely wishful thinking?
Well, I admit I have often daydreamed about owning that lamp. My fingers are nimble enough and I could...
If the...
Exactly. So, where would we get a replica of the genie's lamp? Dreaming's pleasant, but I'm afraid I'll be here if you can think of any...
Thanks, John.
Alexander doesn't want to
I've been thinking about what you said about swapping a...
No, I don't think so. I know what the genie's lamp looks like, and that's not it. It's a new lamp, all right, but there's something wrong with it. I'm afraid I can't make a swap with that lamp.
Huh. Am I just screwed because I got the wrong lamp?
A cozy little fire. The wall above Jallo's desk. A plain trunk. Alexander doesn't... There's no reason... There's no reason...
Is there anything else?
I'm afraid not, Prince Alex. One will get past the guard dogs easier than two. But if you intend to do as you've said, you should lose no time about it. The wedding...
A plain trunk... Alexander doesn't want to intrude on... This is not... Alexander doesn't...
So I'm going to trade for a different lamp. And I bet it was shown in a cutscene once or twice. Or else you just have to guess randomly. Going from childhood memory
Excuse
at
me,
this
peddler.
point.
Good day.
Good day.
Drat.
Good day. Alexander's... That brand new... Alexander...
Can I offer?
Yeah.
Alexander... And stir... To his amazement, the teacup... Feeling art... Ah. With trepid magic. The spell... Eager to be... And step... The magic paint... Alexander... Alexander...
Mother,
What's the... Is there...
The ghost...
You must be the son of this...
it's Mama's. It even smells like her.
Wait.
I like to play in secret places. In the basement behind the Man of Steel. There...
There's a door. Alexander.
Prince Alexander?
Well, I
bet. You run the terrible...
I know that, Jallo. But Cassima...
Of course you're right. Yeah.
I've got to try.
Is that all?
Don't worry about me.
As far as I know, she's still in her bedroom upstairs. You'd never make it up there, though. The guard dogs are everywhere. If we had proof of something truly...
I understand.
There's probably a good reason why so many wish to harm you.
Tell me about...
Al-Hazred brought the genie with him when he came to this kingdom. It is seldom the genie... In fact, he is quite powerful. Well, I admit I have often daydreamed about owning that lamp. My fingers are nimble.
If...
Exactly. I'll be here if you can think...
Thanks, Jallo. Is there...
I'm afraid not, Princess. But if you intend to do as you've...
I've been thinking about what you said about...
No, I don't think so. I know what the genie's lamp looks like, and that's not it. It's a new lamp, all right, but there's something...
To consume.
Trying to figure out which is the correct lamp.
Old lamps for new. Old lamps for new.
Excuse me, peddler, but I have an old lamp that might interest you.
Ah, an old lamp. And what a nice traditional design, too. Take your pick of my new lamps. A fine choice, my son. Here is your new lamp. Good day.
Good day.
Good day.
Okay, this is something I just read in the walkthrough, never would have thought to try.
Alexander searches the bottle for a clue about the potion. Alexander...
I can't go on anymore. Without Cassima, I just...
Prince Alex.
It's true. The Wazir has beaten me.
Stop.
I am...
Oh, what a whip.
He's dead. He's dead. Wait until Abdul hears. He'll be so pleased. I told you not to pop in like that. You can learn to knock like everybody else. Sorry, Master. I couldn't help myself. I have great news.
Well, what is it?
Prince Alexander is dead. He killed himself in despair over...
What? Are you positive? That young man has...
I saw the whole thing myself, Master. He...
If what you say is true, it shall be most convenient. You've spent enough time on that little irritant. We must start thinking about the...
Anything, Master.
Well, we do want you to look your... Now, Shamir Shamazel, to the lamp with you. Prepare your...
Alexander's heart lurches to
That's how
life
you
in his
find
chest.
out which map you need. Which
Prince
lamp you need.
Alex! But...
Sorry, friend.
Ah, of course, the strange cloaked man.
Alexander dips the large black feather into the teacup and stirs the contents. To his amazement, the tea... Feeling artistic. Ah. With trepidation, magic paint. The spell. Eager to be and step. The magic paint door fades back into Alexander.
Mother?
What's the matter?
I don't know. Mother?
Is there...
The ghost can...
You must...
It's Mom.
Wait.
I like to play in secret places.